friends, my name is Ali. I'm the owner and maker behind Ali Mackenzie Crafts, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have a very fun video for you today. As I'm sure you saw on the thumbnail or by the title, I am doing my very first roundup video. This is something that I have wanted to do for a while. I love pattern roundup videos. I love having a collection of ideas for me to go back to and reflect on. For example, I could see myself coming back to these next year. And so I love having these kind of roundup videos from other people, and I'm excited to start creating them this year. And for my very first one, as you saw, I will be focusing on Valentine's Day patterns. I started looking for patterns and really researching them over the last few weeks, and I found a collection of over 25 patterns, including free patterns that you can get now on Instagram or blogs and use today at no cost to you, as well as some paid patterns that I think are high quality and worth the investment if you're looking for Valentine's patterns that are a little bit bigger, a little bit more detailed, and provide very cute results. So I'm excited to dive into these. I'm excited to do this very first roundup video with you all, and I just can't wait to see if you have any other ideas in the comments of what you love for Valentine's Day patterns. Perhaps it'll influence me to purchase or try out other patterns. I have tried a few of the ones on the list today, but not all of them. One goal I do have for my roundup videos is to be like my friend Karen over at Yarn and Whimsy and actually make all of the patterns. But unfortunately, that wasn't feasible for this roundup, just following the holidays and everything that went into that season and a little bit of burnout that I hit. It wasn't going to be something I could do for this video, but it is something that I would like to do in the future because I really want to make sure that the patterns that I'm presenting are great quality. I did ensure that the patterns I chose today, a lot of them are ones that either I know produce a great result. I looked at tester photos, etc. So I know that the instructions lead to the intended result. I ensured that they're people that I am aware of in the community. And so there are no AI patterns on this list. They're usually pretty obvious for me. I did try to include also a couple of people that were new to me, but that I could trust based on just doing my research that they were trustworthy patterns. So I made sure to really research and dive into all of these patterns so that I could produce something for you all that was a great list of trustworthy patterns. I also want to kick it off at the beginning by saying that all of these patterns are pretty much made with plush yarn. I do have a couple acrylic patterns in the flower section. They're also all amigurumi or flowers. So I did not include wearables or anything like that at this time. Initially, when I built the list, I did have a couple of those, but I didn't know the designers, and so I couldn't speak to how trustworthy those patterns were. And also I myself am in the amigurumi world, so while I would like to share a wide variety of crocheted items, I just don't feel that I am the overall expert on what makes a good quality, for example, sweater pattern. So that is something that is on my goals list for this year, is to dabble more into all reaches of crochet, not just amigurumi. But for this video, I did focus on amigurumi and especially plush yarn makes. So I'm going to kick it off with plush amigurumi patterns, and then I will switch over to flower patterns. Most of them, like I just said, are plush yarn patterns, but I do have one or two acrylic flower patterns, and I'm sure there are plenty more out there. I just didn't personally feel the ones that I found were trustworthy unless I knew the person's name, because I do find that the acrylic flowers are where a lot of AI is happening. I mean, it's happening everywhere at this point, but that was kind of like a starting point, I feel, for AI patterns. Was there were, much like the Temu flowers, they also are producing AI crochet flower patterns. So I couldn't trust all of those, so I just chose one that I knew was a trustworthy source. And so if you have any that are completely trustworthy and that you know aren't AI and produce the intended result, please feel free to share them down below. I will share all of the pattern links in the description below, but I also have my Google Sheet. If you're new here, I have a Google Sheet that's basically an overall sheet that has so many tabs of all kinds of different patterns sorted out that I have personally tested pretty much all of them that are on that document aside from this list, but I did create a new tab for this list as well. So you can always bookmark my favorite patterns document and come back to it at any time, so you don't have to come back and click through on this video and find all of those links. So I'm going to kick it off with amigurumi. I am going to start with free patterns that I found on Instagram and one of them on a blog, and then from there I'll move into the paid patterns. The first pattern I found are these adorable crocheted cookies. They are so cute. I absolutely love their little faces. I just love them. I think they would be a great little gift to give out to friends and family for Valentine's Day, perhaps to send to school for a child's teacher with a little card. I can just see these being just a great little thing that you can make. I may consider making some and taking them to my storefront, which is really kind of something that I was looking for, were items to take to my storefront. And so I think these really hit the mark, and they are just so cute, and they look like a very fast and easy workout. The next one is actually a pattern that I have saved on my Instagram saved files for a couple of years now, and it is a cute little Jellycat inspired heart. I absolutely love the Jellycat inspired patterns. I think they are just such an adorable way to take a fad that has been present for a couple of years in the plushie, sewn plushie space, and make a crocheted version. And so I love these little critters with legs. And so this heart in particular is just such a cute one. I really could see them, like at my shop space, have them with their little legs hanging down off of the shelf. I think that would be so adorable. Or even if you have bookshelves at home, if you wanted to decorate for Valentine's Day, you could make something like this and just have their little legs hanging down off of your shelf. And they're just such an adorable make. So I really like this heart one for Valentine's Day. I realized I wasn't saying the pattern designers. So the heart cookies, I'm sure I had it on the screen, but I just want to say it out loud, was from Amigurumi Toys, and that last one, the Jellycat inspired heart, was from an account called Perfect Crochet. The next pattern that I want to talk about is from Knotted Angels on Instagram, and this pattern is just so adorable. As soon as I saw it, I wanted to make it. I absolutely love it. It is such a cutie, and it is this little sloth hugging a heart. I mean, it is so cute. It makes me smile. As soon as I saw it, I couldn't believe it was a free pattern. It's just so adorable, and it looks like it's probably pretty detailed. And so I am just so glad that I found this pattern over on Instagram, and I'm very excited to try it myself. I could see this being a cute gift for kids. I might make one for my son, and it's just such a cute little pattern. Go ahead and check that one out. Again, it's by Knotted Angels. The next one is one that I cannot believe I have not made yet myself. This pattern has been free on Instagram for 4 years now, and so it is kind of a staple in the Valentine's roundup and Valentine's Day patterns that people make regularly. So I had to include it here just because it is a very classic and well-known pattern, and it is this cute little heart friend from Mom Stitchetti. Mom Stitchetti is obviously a well-known designer in our community for amigurumi, and so any of her free patterns are absolutely adorable, but I love this little heart guy for Valentine's Day, and I definitely want to try to make a couple this week. Again, it looks fast, easy. It just looks like a pattern that would be a great option to give to people as little gifts to include for Valentine's Day, and so I'm really looking forward to hopefully making a couple this year for the Valentine's Day season. I have one more free Instagram pattern, and then I have a free blog pattern before I move into the paid patterns. So the next free Instagram pattern I have are these adorable little crochet love bugs. I think that they are just such little cuties. You can find kind of variations on this kind of pattern in a lot of different forms on Instagram, but this one just spoke to me. I loved how the design was created. I felt like it looked like another quick and easy workup, but there are so many variations you can do on it with the color choices, choosing a different color for the heart wings compared to the body. And I just can see this being something that you could really make a wide variety. And again, it would be good for if anyone has any markets around Valentine's Day, any storefronts or anything like that. It's a good smaller price point item that turns out very cute and is the perfect Valentine's Day make. And the last free Valentine's Day pattern that I have for the Plush amigurumi patterns is actually from a fellow Allison over from Wonder Crochet, and she has a blog that has so many free patterns and actually a lot of free Valentine's Day patterns, but I picked this absolutely adorable little crochet caterpillar love bug because I remember when this pattern came out, I think it was last year, but it might have been 2 years ago, but either way, I just have loved it since I saw her release this one, and it is a free pattern over on her blog. I do have it linked below, and I really think it's just such a cute little pattern. I love the color choices she made. Obviously you can vary it for yourself, but I just think it's a cute little pattern that you can make for anyone in your life. But I also think this is one that I want to try at the shop, and so I might make one of these and run it over so that it's there for the next month for Valentine's Day. The next pattern is a paid pattern, but it actually has a free YouTube tutorial. So if you like YouTube tutorial videos, this one does have one, and it is a classic pattern, but with a twist. It is this very cute pattern by Avalon Crochets, and it is a Valentine's bumblebee with a variation for kind of a regular bee. And it comes out a little jumbo from what it looks like in the pictures, which is really fun. I think it would be a cute kind of cuddly plushie to make for Valentine's Day. And I mean, I don't know if bees are going out of style or not. I just sold a bee keychain at my storefront, so I feel like they're still pretty in style and selling at all times of the year, clearly. So I like bees. I think that they are a good option to make if you're just looking for something basic that a lot of people would be aware of. But I like this little tutorial, and I like that she has a paid pattern and YouTube tutorial kind of in conjunction with each other. So if you're looking for a bee pattern and it has all the color changes figured out for you, go ahead and check this one out. Next, I have two patterns from Alpaca Patterns because I couldn't just pick one after looking at all of the different patterns. And in fact, I almost picked a third one, but that felt a little silly to include three from the same designer in one roundup. So for now, I stuck with two. The first one is this adorable little Valentine's Day frog. I love him. I actually love frogs. I don't know, you probably can't see them, but I have like a little frog collection of frog plushies that I've crocheted just hanging out on the shelf back here because I love frogs. And every time I make a new type of pattern, I keep the first one I've made of the frogs. I didn't know I loved frogs until I started crocheting, so I'm a big fan. But this little Valentine frog is just so adorable. Like, look at him holding his little heart, just offering you love into this world. He is so cute, and I absolutely want to try to make him. And the other pattern from Alpaca Patterns are more animals holding hearts, and is these little 3-in-1 barnyard animals for Valentine's Day. Absolutely adorable. I love them. I love animals holding things. And so these are the perfect make for Valentine's Day because I just love that you can give all of these cute little animals hearts to deliver to your loved ones. The next one is actually one that was sent to me by someone in my YouTube community, so shout out to Lindley. She emailed me over this pattern, and when I checked Etsy, it looks like it has actually just dropped. It is live on Etsy for purchase, so you can buy it. I have it linked down below, but it's these adorable magnetic kissing lovebirds. I love that you can put little magnets in their beaks and have them kiss. Such a cute idea. And I just think that this pattern is so cute, and it also appears to be her very first pattern. So I wanted to include in this roundup some newer designers, maybe some people who don't get as many views on their shops but have adorable patterns. And so thank you, Lindley, for sending me over this pattern. I'm looking forward to making them. And I also wanted to make sure that everyone else in my YouTube community could see this adorable little pattern and go ahead and purchase it for yourselves. But just look at it. They're so, so cute. The next one is actually a bundle because I saw that this designer had 16 or more crochet patterns just for Valentine's Day. She's actually very well known for making a lot of patterns for different holidays, and they're always adorable. And that designer is Little Baby Rory Crafts, and her bundle that I have here is so cute. Lips, which I don't see very often, a little love letter, a strawberry, as well as a heart. So it is a cute little bundle pattern that you can purchase and have a wide variety of options. Again, really good for markets. A lot of Little Baby Rory Crafts items are good for markets, but also a cute little option to give to a loved one or anyone else in your life that you want to give a cute little plushie to for Valentine's Day. I think that this little bundle really hits the mark on giving you different options for different types of people. The next one is throwing it back to one of the pattern designers who is one of the first people that I ever purchased a pattern from, and that is Rin Meow 21. Her cow pattern was kind of viral for a long period there, and I actually think it's still one of the cutest standing up cow patterns that I've personally made or seen. And so I saw this pattern from her, and I thought it would be really good to include in this video because her patterns are always so adorable. And is this Susu, the pig, the Valentine's Day pig, and I just love this Valentine's Day pig. I love everything about him. He's so cute. again, holding a heart. Love animals holding hearts. And I think it looks like a really cute kind of medium size to make for a Valentine's present for someone a little more close to you or to sell at a marketplace, etc. So I love this little guy and I really had to include him in this roundup. Next, I have a more functional plushie, and that is this no-sew heart pouch from Saucy Puffin Crafts. I love that you can stick things in this, and she even has, as you can see in the picture, her snake pattern you can put in this as well. So maybe if you have a snake lover, you can include it in a heart for a little gift. But I love that you can stick candy, little Valentine's cards, any kind of little thing in the little pocket that you make. I think it's a really great option. Maybe you can put a little gift card in there for a teacher gift, anything like that. And I really like that it's such a unique idea to have a little pouch inside of a heart. So I thought this one was a really good option to make for Valentine's Day. Next, I have a brand new release. This pattern just came out recently and it is in my cart on Etsy. I'm probably going to purchase it here this week, but it is these adorable little love monsters from No Way Jose Crochet. If you've been around the channel before, you know that I've made several of Jose's patterns and I love all of them every time I make them. And so I was so excited to see another new pattern that fit into my video idea for this week, because I think that he is an absolutely fantastic pattern designer, and so I was excited to see these little monsters and I can't wait to make one for myself. Next up, I have a pattern from my friend Millie, Red Mills Crochet, and it is this one, Lola the Love Bug. She released this pattern last year. I love this little bug. I think it was such a cute little idea. She took the traditional bug pattern but then made it absolutely adorable, and it doesn't look like any other bug patterns that I've seen. And so I love this love bug. How many times do I say love in this video? I wonder if we should do a counter. But I think this one is absolutely adorable, and I loved this one when I was editing it for her last year, and it's one that I've had on my list to make for some time now. So I highly recommend this one. It is a great medium-sized make. Next, I actually have two patterns that were made in conjunction with each other from two of my friends, Holly's Yarn Creations and Lemon Cat Crochet. Last year, they decided to make Valentine's Day patterns together, and Holly made Levy the Love Demon, while Jensen from Lemon Cat Crochet made Amelie the Love Monster. And so I thought that it was just such a cute thing that they did two Valentine's Day kind of monsters or creatures together, and they both launched them at the same time. And I think they're just such adorable patterns. This one is Levy. I am not pronouncing names well today. This one is Levy, I think. And then here is Amelie. I love them. They are so cute. These patterns have been on my list. I own both of these patterns. They've been on my list since they released last year. And so I am hoping to make them at some point in the future, because I really do think that they are absolutely adorable patterns. And I love that they worked together and released these creatures at the same time. Another new pattern that dropped recently is this one, Elixia the Potion or Love Potion from Eden Crochets. I love Eden. She has created some of my absolute favorite patterns, such as Huggy Bear. And so when I saw this pattern and that it was a twist on the common potion bottle by making it a potion bottle with arms and legs, a body, I thought it was just such a cute idea. I love that you can do all kinds of different color combinations. Obviously, you can go with the traditional of like a pink or red for a love potion for Valentine's Day, but there are so many other different options that you can do with this. And I have a few ideas that are maybe a little more Halloween themed that you could do and take this potion bottle pattern to another holiday or season. But in the vein of sticking with Valentine's Day, I think it is the perfect pattern for, again, a little make that could sit with its legs hanging off of a shelf for decoration, or a toy for kids to carry around. I think it is a perfect Valentine's Day make for that. And last on my plush yarn Amigurumi section before I move into the flowers is another pattern that dropped last year that I've had on my list for some time. And it is this very classic teddy bear, but with a twist because she included accessories, by Crochet by Jenna. I love this little bear. It is such an adorable pattern. I love everything about it. I love its little bow. I love everything. So I'm really excited to hopefully make that. I have on my list this year that I want to make some classic teddy bears. I feel like that's one area that I've not kind of dived into too much. I've made maybe one bear lovey. I think that's all I've really made bear wise. So I really want to make some classic teddy bears this year. And so this pattern from Jenna is definitely on the list. And I especially love this Valentine's Day one. Next, I want to give you 2 mods to patterns that you may already own the existing pattern for. And so these are mods that you can purchase to add on and develop a new Valentine's Day themed version of these creatures. The first one I want to share is this one, which is the Love Monster mod to the Arcticus pattern by MO2 Designs by Jessie. Sorry, I had to look and make sure I said that properly. I love Arcticus. I made Arcticus in the original pattern test that Jessie had, and then I also made the smaller Archie Jr., and that was something that I shared in one of my videos if you've been here for a bit. And I love this pattern so much, and I actually did test the Love Monster mod when she was releasing it last year, and so I will pop a picture of my test for the mod up right here. But it is such a cute pattern. I really love Arcticus, and so I love all of the mods that Jessie developed for this pattern. So I highly recommend, if you don't own Arcticus, I will have it linked below as well as the mod. And then the other mod is from my friend Riley, who actually developed an entire monster mashup pack that you can do so many different things with. Riley is kind of a queen in choices and offering different add-ons and adjustments and just choices that you can make for your plushies. She always has different options, and I love an option. And so she designed a monster mashup pack, and then she released later a Love Monster version, and I'll put a picture of it up here, that you can produce by using the monster mashup. And so for just 99 cents more, you can purchase this mod and use the existing monster mashup pack to create a love monster. So highly recommend that, especially if you already own the monster mashup and you're looking for a Valentine's Day themed monster. This is a great option. Okay, I have 5 more patterns to share with you, and I'm moving into the flowers. So for flowers, I actually did research and find a couple of free patterns, so I'm going to start with those. The first free pattern I have that I'm showing you is this Desk Buddy, Flower Desk Buddy. This is by Raha Crochets and Blue Toadstool Crochet. They combined efforts and created this shared free pattern over on Instagram. It is linked below. There are various different flowers that you can make with the pattern, and I think it's such a cute option. I always suggest crochet small plushies as desk buddies for different people who are looking for options for maybe coworkers or friends, etc., that are adults. And so it's a cool idea to market something like this as a flower desk buddy specifically. And so I like that that's what the pattern's called, because it gives you some great ideas for marketing your plushies when you go to sell them. And so yeah, if you're looking for a little desk buddy as a flower, go check out this pattern. Next, I'm throwing it back to Allison with Wonder Crochet. She actually produced another free pattern over on her blog, and it is this no-sew crochet flower bouquet. Crochet flower bouquet. I love the rhyme of that. I think that these are so cute. I love that they're plush flowers, but they still look adorable. Obviously, sometimes I find that the acrylic flowers do obviously look more structured and detailed. And so I love that Allison was actually able to bring out a lot of detail in these, even though they are using plush yarn. So if you're looking for some cute little flowers to give to a friend or family member, highly recommend checking out Allison's blog. I did link it below for this little free crochet bouquet. Next, I have a classic rose, and it is made again with plush yarn in this case, and it is this one from Minnie's Crochet Friend, and it is just an adorable little rose pot pattern. I love all of Minnie's Crochet Friend's potted patterns with their little faces. I think that they're a very cute option, again, for desks, bookcases, decorative spaces. They're just such a good option for people to purchase a plant that will not die. And I love that crochet flowers really are such a great gift, because you can spend the $50 to $60 or whatever outrageous amount they upcharge roses for on Valentine's Day, when they're normally like 12 to 16 a dozen, and they go up astronomically for the holiday. Give someone a crocheted version instead, and it will last forever. So I love that. And so these little potted versions of the roses I think are a really good option. The next one I have is actually one that I made this week for my shop space and took over. So I will pop a picture of the one I made up here. And this is the little no-sew sprout or heart plant. And so this is from AQ Crochets. Again, AQ Crochets is another designer that was one of the very first patterns that I ever crocheted as an amigurumi piece and purchased patterns from. And so it felt really nice to come back to their patterns after a time away because I hadn't crocheted some of their patterns in a while. And so it was nice to make this little heart plant and kind of go back to a trusted pattern designer. Her patterns are always very, very well written and trustworthy. And so it was very easy to work up. Took me a couple hours, but I was a little bit distracted, so that could have played into it. It's a very easy workup, and so if you're looking for a cute little plant, I highly recommend this one. I have one more pattern to share with you, and it is actually an acrylic flower piece, and it is this potted rose pattern, and this one is by Sierra's Stitches. Sierra is someone who is known for creating acrylic, and now she's also moved into plush yarn flowers, but the acrylic flowers that she's designed, I actually purchased her flower pack of various flowers quite some time ago, probably over a year ago, because I was hoping to make flowers for things like Valentine's Day and Mother's Day. I haven't still dabbled into making acrylic flowers, but it is something that I would like to do at some point for people that are close to me. I know they're pretty time intensive to be something that I would sell physically somewhere. I would have to charge probably a good amount, but I really still want to make those. I know that Sierra also dropped a book of crochet flowers, so if you're interested in an entire book of flowers, I highly recommend you look into purchasing that book instead. But this little potted rose, I think is so beautiful. I love the detail you can get with acrylic yarn. Obviously plush yarn, you lose a lot of detail in flowers, especially it's noticeable. So I really like this pattern, and that you can have something a little more detailed and just kind of, you can feel the love that goes into an acrylic flower because you know that it's time consuming. So highly recommend this if you're looking for something that's a little more detailed. And that's it for my Valentine's Day roundup. I hope you found something new that you are looking forward to creating. If you did, please let me know below what you chose to create. I would love to know. And if you have any other crocheted items that you enjoy making for Valentine's Day, please also drop that below. I'm always looking for new things to create, and perhaps I'll include it in a roundup of some sort in the future. So please share with me below if you have some patterns that you absolutely adore for Valentine's Day. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and go ahead and click that subscribe button if you enjoy pattern roundups, market recaps, regular crochet vlogs, sharing weekly makes, all things crochet, especially amigurumi. I would love to have you here. I am on my journey to reach 1,000 subscribers, and I'm hoping to do so by the end of January. So anyone out there who subscribes, you're really helping me, and I appreciate you joining me on this journey. Please comment a flower emoji below to show me that you made it to the end of the video. And until the next time, bye!